everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Let the countdown rip. Getting started, just getting ready for the show. And we're going to break it down, the volatility, what just happened to Bitcoin, all the way to 100,800, all the way back down. Now it's at 99.8. What are they doing to us over here on this insane Sunday night? And we're going to break it down. We're going to have some fun doing it. I can't wait to see each and every one of you. Let's go. What an intro. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. Man, what a beautiful day it is to be alive with each and every one of you. God has blessed us. Today was beautiful here in sunny Sarasota, Florida. I mean, it was like 80 degrees with a breeze. It couldn't have been better. God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at these charts. Bitcoin getting crazily volatile, bumping all the way up from 100,000, I think 800, the high, 101,500, only to rip all the way back down to 99,400, only to rip back up. And now it's kind of struggling here. What is happening to Bitcoin? What did they just do? My goodness. Insanity here on this weekly candle close. Shout out to everybody here for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. So we're looking for this to break to the upside and punch to the upside. We were looking for this to pump all the way up to about 102,000. We almost got there at 101.4. Well, they get closed by an bearish engulfing candle on the 1 hour time frame and get flushed back to the downside. We're going to look at the weekly candle all the way back down from where we are, see if there's a live trade to be had, see what's happening. But wow, man, this has been absolute insanity here for Bitcoin. And yeah, let's break it down. Let's take a look at here what happened on the weekly candle close. And I like breaking this down every single week with each and every one of you. We sit here and we just look at the weekly candle for a split second. We take a look at what happened. We get ready for the week ahead. All right, we're going to look at Forex Factory, see what's happening. If there's any, red folders coming our way, we're just going to really break down our trading week. Eye on the prize for where we're going and see where we're at. Let's take a look here for Bitcoin. We opened at 97,185 and 17 cents. The low was 90,500 even. The high was 104,088. Pretty awesome. And the candle closed at 101,109, up $3,924. So the weekly candle would close huge, only just to be kind of rejected by the next candle, which was pretty strange behavior really on the weekly. But we'll see what happens. That was insane volatility with that big spike up to $101,000. Now Bitcoin really fighting to get back above $100,000. So we'll see. But it was a strong weekly candle. It could have been red. It was not. We dipped. We were down here for a second. It didn't look good. Remember when we called that? We may have called the weekly low. When we did call that weekly low at that pump back to the upside, after that nasty dump, but crazy volatility on this week. This is the same week we went all the way up to 104 and all the way back down to 90. It even says the low, right? The low on that candle was 90,500. I mean, insane volatility for a weekly candle, but we ended up closing green. And if you look at the candle, it does have more wick to the downside than to the upside, so it's suggesting that it's a bullish pin bar, like we could have a continuation here to the upside. Let's take a look at our weekly. Let's bring out the moving averages, and let's kind of talk about what I see happening here for BTC. Now already, I mean, strong. You can see not so strong, right? In the last 3 weeks, the bulls were definitely not as strong as they were the last 3 weeks, right? You can see that. If you compare these 3 weeks to these 3 weeks, we're starting to kind of stutter step. Just like here, boom, 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 and then, boom, boom, boom. And so this is where you could see that Bitcoin is likely going to start having maybe some type of sideways price action. Now, it could have a nasty dump down. So here's our scenarios for Bitcoin, and we have to have all on the table. And if the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour loses the 200 MA, and then the 4 hour loses the 200 MA, then we know we're going to maybe fall down to the 8 hour 200 MA. And then we can start to see where we're going, and we'll be able to short those key levels, and I'll be able to see if we're dropping. By the small time frames will tell us what's happening. All right. And so this is kind of what we're looking at here for BTC. And boom, kid, it bounced to the upside here. That's something that may happen. All right. You could say we may go sideways until February and then pump all the way back to like $132,000. You know, a healthy pullback would be a nice pump. It would be kind of an uptrending cup and handle there. This would make sense to me. It wouldn't be insane. And it would be, you know, again, the market hasn't been quote unquote healthy. It's been overheated and a lot of people have been jumping in and out. So when we look at it closely, this is definitely a scenario that can happen though. And we have to be open-minded to it as Bitcoin kind of starts to fall down here, showing signs of bearishness after that insane move to 101,500. Insanity. I still can't believe it. Pretty crazy move there on a Sunday. But you know, it always expects, you know, volatility Sunday night into Monday. Definitely is a time where, you know, you would see some crazy behavior. So we have to be ready for that behavior for Bitcoin. The Fibonacci level that you could see us pull back to is possibly 80,000. So, you know, I would slide some limit orders in for Bitcoin at 80K. I'm not saying we're going to go there. After those big wicks down and getting bought back up, it looks like, you know, if we go sideways, we may just go sideways to the upside. Hold the 21-day moving average with us. You see? Something like this, and we never have to touch the 21 on the weekly until we have our major dump later on somewhere, you know. And everyone thinks we're going to have this super cycle all the way until, basically October and November of 2025. But like, there's going to be some pullbacks along the way. Like, we're not going to go all the way straight up. I mean, it would be great if we did. I mean, it'd be pretty cool if we just did uptrending up with little pullbacks. I mean, that would be insane. But it never ends. It never happens to be that simple, that sweet, that easy, is it? You know, they make us fight for every single inch. So, but this looks like we could get a nice move. So here's your bullish consolidation. There's your bearish. Your bearish consolidation is a pullback to 80K. The bullish consolidation, we just kind of keep going sideways here to the upside. And so far, as long as this candle doesn't close below these two candles here, we have support for Bitcoin on the weekly. So weekly has put in support now. Ever since our major crazy moves, the weekly's put in some support at about 97,000. Let's see here. We can see exactly where this candle ended up. The high, the low, the close, 97,185. And this, yeah. So 97,185, which is 97,200, a key level. So I'll call it 97,191 there. So yeah, that's going to be, we lose that level, then you would have to think that Bitcoin could come back down and test 89,800. Because that's just, so, can Bitcoin continue its moves above 97,200? That's kind of be our key. We do not want to go below 97.2, and even 98,005 would be that other level that I've been looking at closely too. So now let's go to our 3-day chart, and I'll take a look at the 3 days. So the 3-day, remember we've been saying, hey, it's in a beautiful pennant. Looks like it's going to break out, nothing wrong. And that would still be the case here on the 3-day chart. 21 could start to get pulled up with price action. We could continue to pump. And the 3-day chart still looks good to me. Nothing has really changed even after that weird volatile move. And that's why I like bigger time frames. They can move the price action all they want, but like bigger time frames will still sit there and be like, okay, so what? One thing I do see that I'm not a fan of is a little bit of bearish div starting to form here on the 3-day chart. A slight uptrend there with a downtrend on the RSI, and you're getting a bit overbought on the stochastics RSI too as well. You got to start thinking that maybe we could be getting some type of pullback. You got to have it in your mind. 78 though on the greed, which is good, means that we may continue to get pretty frothy here for a while. We're going to shrink down now into that daily time frame as we continue to move in this top-down analysis for you. Looking at the daily closely and intensely, you can see that this trend line moving up. And to me, like that, it kind of, that's a breakout. Unless you want to call it a rising wedge here, and I'm with that. And that's the kind of the pattern that I've had on the 4-hour, right? So, and there's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break up 68% of the time. The small measured move would be the length of just this. So that would be our first target at 116,000. And the bigger measured move, wick to wick here, the length of this beautiful pole. And so I'm looking at, two key levels here for Bitcoin that we could boom to if we break out. Like if this is a breakout, $116,000 and $133,000, right? Let's take a look at our daily support and resistance. Kind of lines up with that weekly 97.4 though, but you know. And then we got this level here that we've actually bounced off of at 98,600. So 90, and I said 98.5 is a key level. So you lose 98.5, you drop back down to 97,005, you know, 97.4, maybe 97.5, and you lose that, then you come to 95. You lose 95, you have a nasty gap all the way back down to 91,000. So the daily, as long as the daily can keep a candle above 98,600, maybe you call it even 99 if you want, we're in good shape, right? Right now, the daily is going to close a bearish engulfing candle, but you know, we're going to have some time. We just opened this candle. We got 22 hours, but right now, it doesn't look great. That's a bearish engulfing candle. Right off the bat, it starts and eats away all of the gains we made today. And then we waited. We got that huge pump at the end of the day. Everything was awesome. Trades were ripping. You know, Doge still in control. My Doge trade still kicking it. My DGen trade still kicking it. My PEPE trade. Alts don't care. They're going to get, you know, this is going to be a big alt week. More people know about altcoins and they're going to keep telling more people about them. And they're going to be the bread and butter of this week. I can see it. It's going to continue to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin just kind of ends up the day here, gets its act together, gets sideways, and 2 to 3 days, somewhere by Tuesday night or Wednesday, we start to get a big old rally here for Bitcoin into the Santa rally. It is December 8th. It's about that time of year for the money to be flowing, if you know and what I'm saying. So the daily looks good. Also, the daily looks interesting here on the stochastics RSI, still pushing up. Nothing bearish on the stochastics. One thing I do see now, though, is bearish divergence on the daily time frame. You have an uptrend on price action and a downtrend on the RSI. That's not going to be too good for me to see. I mean, usually that's going, you know, I got to say 90% of the time you're going to see a dump from that. And that may be a local high. So tonight may have been that spike. And the bots may have just felt that divergence was too strong. And we got that break to the downside. Remember, a lot of people are algorithmically bot trading, and bots can pick up on divergence very fast, faster, and then, you know, they create the divergence in a way. So the bearish divergence there on the daily has me a little, you know, and high RSI, right? And the RSI hasn't been this high on the daily since we were here. Remember? And we've been trucking, and now we're back above that dotted line again, and then coming back. And there's the swing down while price action swings up. That is bearish divergence, my friend. And you know, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. And so the daily, can't be surprised if we drop down to 93,800, 93.6. That could be a possible move here for the daily. Again, the small time frames will break down first and give us the indications. But this is a definite possibility here for the daily. We're going to go back in now into the, I like the 22 and the 12. They're overbought. The 22 says, I'm going to dump on your face. And I got bearish divergence too. So, wow, the bigger time frames do not look amazing. I really wanted to see that break out and crack through this high. So I do see, look, I see bearish divergence here too. You could say, well, it followed through right there though, and now we're sideways again. And we're both down. So 8-hour time frames oversold in the middle though, and could definitely dump. It could just all of a sudden turn on us. So it's in the middle. And so it's not like it's saying it's amazingly bullish. The 4-hour also looks like it's turning bearish. He has a bearish cross there on the stochastics RSI. And so what I'm watching on the 4-hour is this tight. I mean, this is what we watched all day. We were inside this very strange symmetrical triangle. This has a breakdown, and that would dump you right down to the 200 MA on the 4-hour, down to 91.9. It would be a nasty dump. All right. So why people love this channel, and I just, as I looked at what I was saying, I was like, because I go over, everyone else is just bullish, buy this coin, well, it only goes up, blah, 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 but we're just real traders here that just kind of go over the facts. If that closes in 2 hours and 31 minutes, that's going to be a bearish engulfing candle in the 4-hour time frame. So we showed you bearish divergence on the daily 12-hour 22. We're seeing that we have a bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame, the 1 hour. And, I'm not trying to tell you what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm open-minded. I still got my longs open as I tell you how bearish things are. I got the longs open because you never know. But I'm just giving the probabilities here. What we're hoping for is some type of bounce in the small time frame. some type of bounce here to show us some love. And you never know. Usually when you get nasty move up, nasty move down that fast, usually you can come right back up just as fast. Let's take a look here at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP's got a good amount of liquidity above us here. Some shorts was, but only back to literally 100,001, And most of the liquidity are still long liquidations here, down to 90,004, 99,000, 98.5, and then even all the way down to 95,000. So all of the liquidity is to the downside. Get this one big guy up here at 103 that's shorting. That's his big stop loss. But most of the liquidity is below us here for BOOKMAP, and BOOKMAP usually goes down towards the biggest area of liquidity. So even if we just went down to 98.5, 90, that says that's what's likely going to happen here. Again, I'm not telling you that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you what that's likely going to happen. That's what happens most of the time. Tonight may not do it most of the time. Maybe something different. We may get a move that's different than most of the time. Get back to the 15-minute, and the 15-minute is struggling. Just closed the candle, though, above the 200 MA. That's many times that's a scalp long. I would open a long right there with a stop like right here and see if I can get this pump all the way back up to the top of where you'll definitely have a bunch of short liquidity. There's a bunch of people that shorted right now, and there's a bunch of liquidity. When you dump that fast, I would not be surprised if you just pump really quickly in the next 45 minutes back to the upside. It would be beautiful. Nice little move there for Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. Not guaranteed at all. But right now, the 15-minute, if the 15-minute can close a candle and stay above the 200 MA, so the 15-minute really is our go-to time frame. I think it's definitely worth watching. And again, even though it was a crazy dump, I bet you it started when the 1 minute lost the 200 MA, and it did, and then it was gone. It started up here too when they really started cascading it, but could have jumped in on the short right there and caught a little bit of the move. Now, if you look at the 1 minute time frame, it's in a bit of a bear flag, is it not? With a measured move to the downside. And so I would watch this 1 minute, but the 1 minute does not look good. If you were to flip that upside down, you would play that the same way to the upside, say, hey, that may bump, Unless it acts like a head and shoulder that dumps to the downside, and this acts like inverted that could break out. For my sake, I really need the bounce back to the upside, but I want to be real with you guys, and anything is possible. Let's get that bounce back above the 200 MA. Show this is a shoulder, head, right shoulder. Kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulder, huh? Not perfect. So I still got big longs open. I don't scalp like I do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or not, even Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really. But just because the, price action sketchy. Back to 99.9. It's so close how we can be right back at 100K so fast. So furious. Let's take a look at the 5 minute time frame. The 5 minute has some love. If the 5 minute can get back above the 200 MA, it's going to shoot up and get a beautiful move to the upside. So here we are right here. This candle gets rejected by that yellow line, no go. It gets above the yellow line. We basically can cruise right here, go boom. We'll go right through this gap in the VPVR, and you'll find yourself back at 100,500 pretty fast. I could finally close one of my scalp longs that I should have closed, but I always meditate before the show. I go into a state of complete darkness and try to really focus my mind, so when I come on the show, I'm ready to go. I get rid of all my, and clear my head and get ready for massive TA. I know we're going to do some serious TA on the weekly. It's going to kind of transcend what happens throughout the week. And of course, while I'm meditating, boom, that move happened. You look at price all day knowing that anything could happen, and then they boom, So definitely be careful. This has bear flag vibes to me. And, if we end up getting flushed to the downside here and just really crushing some longs, you can't be surprised. So just be careful if we do get a massive dump down here tonight. We'll know because this candle will close red, and then the next one, and, this candle can close above here. We got a chance to get on out of here. And this bear flag will be avoided. So we're going to find out in the next 5 to 10 minutes really what Bitcoin's going to do. This is what a great channel. Actually can tell you what's going to happen to Bitcoin. And I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I know what indicators have the highest probability of teaching us where we're going to go, and I trust them so much, and so do you guys. You guys are always here for me, breaking it down, having fun. Let's jump into that chat. There's so many awesome people here tonight. God bless everybody. And look at all the super chats coming on in. Thank you so much. We got On the Water. Found you a month ago. Love your analysis on things. Any chance you can look at Wilder World? We'll take a look at that for you. God bless you. On the Water. Another one coming in here. Butsinator. Appreciate you looking at the Root Network yesterday. XRP is going to be huge, and these XRP coins are going to rip. I like it. Yeah, Root's got that connection, right? And shout out to Marks, Citizen XXX. Super chats. Wild and XRP as Bitcoin bounces back to 99,850 here. And look at BOOKMAP running smooth, everything looking good. Shout out to BOOKMAP, link in the description below. BOOKMAP shows you where big stop losses are, where are the liquidations events. If we rip up to here, we will liquidate a global liquidity. If we come down here, we'll liquidate a global liquidity. Bitcoin likes to liquidate and go to places where there's the most liquidity. I've seen it many times. So the probability is we will go down to where you see the most red, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. We're looking for a candle to close above this yellow line. If we get that, we're likely going to zoom back up and probably liquidate anyone that made this quick short here. So they flushed, then they'll flush right back up. They're just kind of using the zone, and they think they got pattern traders, think they're sweet, and they just kind of was like, oh, we'll go grab you real quick. So on that flush long, everyone thought we were going to, everyone's waiting for this quote unquote big pump. Bitcoin gets a big run. You see, there's a lot of like retail leverage people now, so they run right in long immediately. And then the market was like, wow, we got way too many easy stop losses to hit now, and they went and ate them all. Now those same people probably switched, hit the reverse button, went short, and they all got the liquidity back up here. So they're like, you know what? Why don't we just if they could go get them down here, then why don't they go get them up there? It kind of tells you that there's a good chance, based on liquidity hunting, that they're going to flush it right back to the upside, but you don't know. That would also be what I want to happen based on my trade. So I'm bullishly biased. I like to tell myself, I like to prepare for the worst and be happy for the best. So like, I'm prepared for us to just take a nasty dump right now out of this bear flag. And it looks like it's very possible. So bear flags are about a 68% chance. So I mean, as long as we stay below that 200 MA right there, we had our chance for this candle to close above it. We really didn't do it. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but man, we were about to do it. It looked good. It looked like we were going to maybe, but no. And then the 21, and when the 21 crosses the 200 MA, we front run that, So look, that almost kind of tells you that we're going to dump. Because, you're going to get the cross and boom. And we trade this long all the time, right? So you can't trade something long and make gains and then not believe it's going to happen short. Right? That's living in, that's insanity. So I tell you what, man, this looks like we're about to get a nasty dump here to the downside for BTC. Bitcoin doesn't always do anything, Loretta. What does that mean? Try maybe do bottom, not a bear flag, just like in the morning. I'm telling you, man, the stochastics are high and crushing it. Yeah, it doesn't look good. When the stochastics are curving too, lack of momentum. I showed you that the RSI was really high on the daily. It was bearish divergence on the daily too as well. I'd rather just get through the crash as fast as we can and get back into. Let's see, anything is possible. I don't want to freak you out, get people to panic sell, right? But hey, you got to be a realist. We got to get back above the yellow line to remain bullish. I wouldn't go to sleep with a huge trade open right here. I'll tell you what, I'd be very vigilant. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrust Capital and Decrypted.tax. iTrust Capital, the best place to buy and sell cryptocurrency with your IRA, 365 days a year. Get ready for your retirement with iTrust Capital. They're awesome. Check them out. Let's look at the hot coins of the night here. Quickly. Floki continuing to move. Up 12% in 7 days and up 2% just in the last hour. PEPE continued to pump up 3% in the last hour, continued to do damage. I got the PEPE trade open on weeks. It is ripping, still doing what it's got to do. Blessings on blessings to PEPE, ripping to the upside here. 58% gains for the PEPE trade. Super excited for those 58% gains on the PEPE trade. And we showed you that PEPE trade. It was pretty simple. It was in the inverted head and shoulder, likely to continue to the upside. PEPE banging on to the upside. And yes, I entered that trade using the beautiful Weeks exchange. Weeks is amazing. Imagine making a 58%. It only took us about, 36 hours. That's a huge percentage. $100 would make you $58. All right, 500 would be up, 1,000 would be up, $580. And so bang, 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 100 PEPE, you turn that into a derivative. Jump into weeks today. You can hit that QR code or the link in the pinned comment. We make it very simple. Here's the pinned comment here at the top. Make it very simple for you to jump on in to CryptoLifer.com. If you want to join the trading group and find the gains that we're making and help us find the gains and just become like a part of one of the greatest, biggest communities in the world. And I think, the smartest, most intellectual crew in the game, jump on in today. Just this morning at like 6 a.m., I was up, and in the gains here, I was finding Bitcoin as it crossed the 200 MA. And right there, the inverted head and shoulder, and we eventually had a massive rip to the upside, total rip to the upside. I found Axel, this little meme on Sui. Peak had that huge pump for 41% that we caught. Right, Pino just continues to rip up 91%. We could see it in that Adam and Eve. These are meme coins too. Seek, I saw. Seek ripped for 43% gains. Immutable X, perfect. And look, no stop loss got hit. No stop loss got hit in the making of these trades. Like, I give the actual stop loss, the entry, Orca. Beautiful pump for Orca, out of control to 171. Some of them I give live. I was going over this one on the live stream. There's my live face, my crazy live. Yeah, here I am. Yeah. And then the accurate call for Bitcoin out of that flag to the upside. You get calls all day long. Star Atlas to the upside. This is all in the last, December 6th. I mean, today's the 8th. This all happened this weekend, really. Pole is ripped. We even got a short. We long, we short. It does not matter. Jump on it today. I mean, I had a Tesla call right here. Told you Tesla was about to rip out the cup and handle. It did that, in fact. Anyway, Sui and more Bitcoin calls. This one was epic. I could see a huge rippage to the upside. We called it. We ended up taking massive gains. It's been amazing. I found the flag before we hit. When Bitcoin hit 102,000, I called it. This is the group to be. Jump on in today. It'll blow your mind. Super chats, Wild, XRP, Ruyan, NLQ. Another thing I want to talk about is Ethereum. Once Ethereum hits that all-time high, big things are going to be happening for Ethereum. Brett Base holding 131, Rune Chain, Athena. And let's jump on in also to Crypto Rank here and see what's happening. Most visited, most viewed. Sin Futures. This is a new one I haven't seen before. Sin Futures up there. Price 8 cents. 102 market cap. 102 million. Chia Network. We've known about this one on and off. Coca. Chain GPT. This one is going to start to rip. It also has its own pad, right? So Sender AI has been on the radar over and over again. Keeps coming at us. ASI, Sender AI. Ultiverse. Ulti. Sounds cool. Mode, Cetus Protocol, Beeble, Peanut the Squirrel back in the mix. I jumped back into Peanut. I just feel like it's going to do something. I never actually was in. I jumped in there. Secret Network continues to pump. I'm going to look at that, especially on a pullback on the 7-day. Might give us a nice entry there. And C98, I gave that too in my trading group. That continues to rip. We were trading that on and off. ONDO finally getting a dip back to 164, but up 30% on the week. And so these are the most visited coins. Magic Eden, of course. Node Pay. Write that down. It's coming at you fast. Super was just on a massive tear. Circuit. I put that out in the trading group. Looks like it's going to continue to run. Sui holding 420 area. We're going to look at that later on today. And Puffer, we put that out, continues to rip. And Peak ain't done. Hyperliquid just on a tear of tears. It is every day I look at it, it's up even further. So I've been like leaving it alone because I don't want to chase. But man, Hyperliquid is out of control. Layer 02, Egan Layer. And so those are the names. And the coins will probably be kind of in and out of, and some things that are happening on Token Metrics, what people talk about here too as well. And we're going to have so much action coming at you for the next week or two. And if Bitcoin pulls back, we're going to be able to find the coins that are the strongest and DCA into them as we swing trade them back to the upside. Like, I'll find opportunity no matter what happens to this market. We will find opportunity. It's just going to happen. That's it. There's no other choice, right? Funny, we kept talking about memes after dark. This flag looks like it is going to take a dump. Why? Because stochastics are as high. When stokes get this high and you stay inside the flag, if this flag doesn't dump, it'll be very unlikely based off this 5-minute stochastics RSI, unless the 1 minute does something crazy, but the 1 minute can just let go and take the dump too. So right now, it looks like we're going to be shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's it, headed shoulder inside a bear flag. If this doesn't dump to the downside, I don't know, So that looks like an easy short. It really does. Stop loss like right here. But nothing's easy, right? It looks like a simple short. Nothing's easy. My dad said never use that word easy. It looks like a simple short. may be able to play out here. You know, the entry right around here, stop loss at the top. Until I see a major, like a 4-hour, 200 MA rip, it would be hard for me to kind of begin to short a lot. I like to short the trend. The trend to me is still pretty much intact to the upside. So, hey, maybe we get a bounce here and this saves the day. I'm not going to short it. I just want to let that be clear. I'm not going to short it. I'm going to delete this because it's an idea, but I'm not going to short. So I'm not going to act to you guys like, you know, but I have to be honest. I mean, the probabilities do look like they're against me here. Let's hope we get a bottom and some type of reversal. We had our chance to get back above that 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. Rejection. 2 candles each time. Stochastics coming down on the 5. If the 5-minute can reset on these Stokes and we can somehow not get the dump, we're going to be all right. But here it is. This is it right here for the next 10 minutes. We're going to see what's happening to Bitcoin. Someone said, I see 4-hour cat ears. Yeah, kind of like this, right? Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's cat ears in the 4-hour too. Yeah. Even the 2-hour, the 3-hour is even more apparent. Yeah, it's cat ears right there for sure. That's cat ears. Boom. Right down to that 2-hour 200 MA, down to 97,000. I mean, that's cat ears. Cat ears break down. He's spot on there with the cat ears. A very bearish pattern. Tends to break down like 80 to 90% of the time. Right? So that doesn't look too good, in my humble opinion. So yeah, we've kind of broken it down, and I'm not trying to say what's going to happen. I'm pretty good at telling you what the charts tell us. You know, I just extrapolate the chart data. That's why people like this channel. We don't cover it. We don't tell you what. We just trade the charts, man. And if the charts don't give us the sauce, the charts don't give us the sauce. It is what it is. So let's see here. It's all about, I'll tell you what right now. Most of the time you're going to dump. The only reason we're not going to dump is because maybe there's so much buy pressure and we're in some type of bull run, right? Like 70 to 80% of the time, this bear flag is going to dump on you. If we can reset the stochastics and not lose this bear flag, I'd be surprised. So, Brad Darlinghouse on 60 Minutes tonight. Isn't that kind of cool? Brad Darlinghouse will be on 60 Minutes. It's going to be a pretty big deal. Let's take a look at XRP, see if there's anything in the charts that convey a bigger move to the upside. Bitcoin at 99,584, now below 95.6, 99.6. All right. I got my longs open. I'll get clobbered. I'd rather take a beat down on the long than panic sell here. But even Doge, even the smaller coins, everything's starting to take a hit. And this could be the big pullback tonight here. We were just at 101.5, everyone. Like, we should have stayed above that. Like, what kind of sloppy nonsense was this? Right? They just false hope at a pump here. Oh, the interview already happened. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they went at crypto, and of course they did. Why would he even go on if he knew that's what they were going to do? You know what I'm saying? So look, that's a double top, double M pattern. I'm just telling you, and here it goes. I mean, let's see if we can, if the bulls could fight this off, but it's, remember, we front run the crossing of the 21, crossing the 200. Now you're going to front run it the same way to the downside. The moving averages are telling you what's going to happen here. Look at it. Pretty obvious to me that this is going to dump like 90%. And even BOOKMAP tells you there's liquidity to the downside. I'm just upset that I was not awake for the huge pump, because I would have taken a nice gain right there for sure and not had to stress. See, at this point, you could even get out of your longs and get back in if we get back above the 200 and the 5. Because if we don't, there's no way there's going to be a long to the upside. All right. Now you're hoping on some type of bullish divvy to save the day here. Some type of swing up on the RSI. But even for bearish divergence, we would have to dump down here to 98.9 to get some bullish div. I mean, you'd have to get a dump for some bullish divergence. So It's definitely slow moving right now, but it is what it is, right? The 15-minute below the 200 MA, you put a stop right above it and you ride that to the downside so many times. The 30-minute lost it. And thank goodness we got some space before we get to the 1 hour 200 MA. That would be the big boy. Look, even bearish divergence on the indicator there. And cat ears as well, right there. 1, 2 on the 4 hour. We got cat ears on the 4 hour. Bear flag on the 5. I mean, what else do you need? I definitely would be buying spot Bitcoin, though. If you didn't own any Bitcoin, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But if I didn't own any Bitcoin right now, I would be at least trying to get myself a little. See, the problem with Bitcoin is people don't think they think it's too expensive. When it was $1,000, people were like, oh, that's too big. I was like, yeah, but I said to them, but it might just 50x to 50,000. I said, it could 20x to 20,000. It could 20x your money. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Lo and behold, Bitcoin did 20x, right? So, man, been a crazy weekend of trading. The time to sell was right there. If you sold all your positions right there, you were in the money, man. If I was just awake for it, stop losses into profit, I would be scalping that so fast. Man. Do we panic sell right here? Or do we hold on like warriors of the light for a jump, for Bitcoin to pump like we've never seen? To Valhalla and beyond. Yeah. Someone's like, I'll get Bitcoin in the bear market. When the thing is, what if Bitcoin goes up to 100, 200,000 and it crashes down to like 130, 120? And these are still I still believe if Bitcoin does crash to the bear market, I believe 80K, 75K is your bottom. So you want to be DCing anywhere between 90 and 80,000, in my humble opinion. So like these would be great prices as far as I'm concerned, even if you wanted to buy in the bear market. People don't realize how hard and unattainable it will become, even if you make tons of money in altcoins, because Bitcoin will just be worth more. So you'll make $1 million, but Bitcoin will be worth 200 grand, and then you'll only be able to buy 4, I want people to understand how important it is to own at least a whole Bitcoin or 0.25. I firmly believe that's what you want to be doing. You want to be focusing at the end of this rally. You don't want to be focusing on how much money you have, especially if you're new. If this is your first run, fine. If it's your third run and you've already done all the deeds and you have the Bitcoin, you have the money, and fine, you do what you want. But in my mind, on the first run, you make sure you come out with more Bitcoin than you had. Like, that's the number one rule. If you just got into the game, the goal is to come out with more Bitcoin than you had. That's the key. And, let me explain to you this. There's two people. There's Tom and Tim. Hi, I'm Tim. I'm Tom. And they both have 100 grand. They both put it in, let's just say, Bitcoin. All right? Boom. Or let's just say they both put it in Solana, but this first guy buys Bitcoin first, and then he buys Solana, the BTC pair. All right? This guy just takes 100 grand and he buys Solana with it. Solana 10x's against Bitcoin. Or let's just say it 8x's on Bitcoin. It 10x's on the American dollar, but usually it does pretty much the same. Say it 10x's both. And this guy started with 100,000. And Bitcoin, let's just say at the time, was 50. So he had two Bitcoin. And then 10x's, he ends up with 20 Bitcoin, right? This guy has 100 grand at 10x's. Okay. He ends up with $1 million. Now, if they both just were to park that money for 4 more years after that, and Bitcoin goes through a cycle and comes back up, and this guy ends up, and Bitcoin hits like 500 grand, this guy's going to have so much more. He's going to have like 10 mil, and this guy's still going to have, and then if deflation, this guy's going to have 900 to 750 grand. So like, you really want more Bitcoin, because if you're not, no one's going to trade their entire life. So at one point, you're going to have a savings. You're going to rely on what you have. You mean what I'm saying? Because, but I could have got back in and got back out. But at one point, like, what are you going to, everyone needs a nut. Like, we all work and we shovel money back somewhere. Like here, I'm Sam, I'm a worker. I worked and I shoveled money into my savings account. Then I put it into my trading account. Then when I won in trades, I bought some Bitcoin. And eventually, my end result was keep buying Bitcoin and store my money in Bitcoin, right? Now, yeah, I'll have a bank account too to get by, but the storage, right? So at the end of HP Rally, where does the storage go? And to people that don't realize that, because you can make $10 million and keep the storage back in the bank, if you keep going back to the bank, you don't understand how to save your money in Bitcoin. And there's a lot of people that do this. Like, they don't know how to cycle back into Bitcoin. And so they, like, you know, they lose most of the wealth in 10 years because they don't get it. It's not just about making money in the bull run right now. It's about stacking as much Bitcoin as you can before it's too late. It will be $500,000 a coin. Think about it. When I said it was $100,000 a coin, people thought I was insane. All right. Look, we're starting to, you know, the 5-minute is starting to bend here. See? And we didn't get the dump. Like, we you know, if we can fend off the bear flag, then there's a chance that we pump, right? So I stayed long. I don't know why I did. Like an absolute maniac. I'm so tight, I was taking a nap right there. This really gets me. It's over now, though, right? It is what it is. It makes it more exciting for the show. Puts me more in a tight situation to kind of have to trade out of, right? Not such an easy way, you know. I'm going to have to grab my Infinity Gauntlet and take it to the next level. Blah! Sorry, I'm like a little kid still with my Legos on the desk. Lego! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Again, this is still a bear flag. The 21 crossed the 200 MA, bearish. The next thing that happens is the 50 crosses the 200, and that's a bearish cross. So, still very likely we're going to get a dump here to the downside. In my humble opinion, the odds are that we're going to get a dump. What could save us? Is this a shoulder? That's a head. That's a right shoulder. Something like that. And I risked what I was willing to lose. So if I get taken out, I get taken out. Still basically up right now if I were to close every trade again. The same kind of scenario that we're at early this morning. So we'll see kind of where that goes and what happens with that. Amen, right? Amen skis. Okay. Bro, we're going to go 99,100 USD and liquidate 59 million longs. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. 9 months to make it. Just hold your crypto on cold storage and sell next autumn. Head and shoulders in a 1 to 5 minute is a joke. No, it's not. Definitely. I mean, to you it is. To me, it's gains. I'll hold you just for you, NFA. Sam, I'll hold just for you, NFA. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. Sats is sells for BTC. Joining trading group tomorrow. Thank you. Shout out to Timmy versus the NWO. God bless you, Timmy. If you want to jump on into the trading group, we make it very simple right here. Go to cryptolifer.com. Cryptolifer.com. All right? And jump on in. We made some awesome accurate calls. 19% on SUI, 7% on Tesla. An accurate call for Bitcoin to the dump there. An accurate call for Polis, Atlas, Bitcoin. Look at this. Seek, AI, Axel, memes, total 3, where the whole market was going today, this morning at 6 in the morning. A beautiful call for Bitcoin to the upside. 7 days a week, we're here, busting our butt, grinding in the charts, finding all different types of things. We're watching all the other YouTube channels at like 10 times speed so we can see what they're saying, what's happening, and we're breaking it down. God bless everybody on the live. Thank you for being here and appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Love the shirt and the suit jacket combination. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sean. I appreciate that. Looking fresh, Sam. Yeah, I usually never have the flat shirt. This is a Brooks Brothers shirt, though. It's a nice shirt. I'm not wearing some bum white shirt, all right? I'm wearing a Brooks Brothers, like, solid, you know. It just felt like it fit the white today, and I went with the Justin Timberlake look, all right? Don't forget to smash the like. He did this a lot. Justin Timberlake was always in a white shirt and a blue. Look at him. Remember, think about it. Whenever you see him, he's in the white shirt, no collar, with the suit jacket. All right. You just broke down the bull case for ordinals. Accumulate Bitcoin memes on Bitcoin. NFA. Amen. Dab, Sats, Bitcoin are paired greatly. The fractions for Bitcoin with the value that can reach greater. Interesting. Sir, which coin should we hold for 10 years? Any coin like Bitcoin? The only coin that I believe is a 10-year hold is possibly Caspa. You know, Caspa has some signs of it, you know, really a team that's not going anywhere. Strong team. And that's what you need. You know, that's really what you need. I will tell you, on BookMap now, a lot of the liquidity that was below us is starting to kind of disappear. It was a little chunkier earlier today. I don't know where it's going. It makes me think that, I don't know, are they packing their bags for a move to the upside here? Are we getting the bounce? That's a little bit of bullish to be. That swings up while that swings down. There's a little bit of bullish divergence there. It's very slight, but it is there. And again, we've already given you your macro technical analysis, right? We went all the way from that weekly all the way down. I mean, pretty awesome. Gotta love that. All right. So I got to see what's happening here on the week ahead on Forex Factory. So tomorrow, cash rate, nothing crazy on Monday. All right. Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. revised non-farm, revised union labor cost. Not too bad. Shouldn't do too much. All right. Wednesday, December 11th, we have unemployment change there, but we have core CPI Wednesday. And you know, every single time we have core CPI, we're going to have some type of movement in the market. So get ready for core CPI. Definitely something to pay attention to. That's going to be Wednesday, core CPI. All right. And then usually we'll have Thursday, we'll have, PPI, PPI. And there's PPI on Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. So we're going to have those 2 days. We can definitely, I would write down right now, Thursday, 8:30, Wednesday, 8:30. You may not want to open up a huge trade. You may want to be able to pay attention to what's happening in the market on that day, because at that exact time, you might get wrecked if you can't see what's happening. All right. I'm telling you, man, they're really teetering on a dump here. They're really playing with the fact that they're going to take this down. They're either building a really strong case for the bears. Look, this is now a descending triangle. These break to the downside. I don't play that liquidity game. I rarely look at the funding rate, and I'm super accurate. People bug out. They try to take too much information. The charts are telling you exactly what's going to happen. The more you extrapolate the data from the charts, the more it'll give you. I mean, look at this. Shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Look at it. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. That's going to dump. That's the neckline. That wants to dump. Bitcoin in bad shape here for the bulls. A struggling Sunday night. Looks like we may have, But every time there's a little bit of hope. Every time there's just a little bit of hope. And it keeps me hanging on to my longs. Keeps me just hanging on to my longs. Wow. I'm looking for the bullish pattern here. I mean, you could say, oh, it's a falling wedge. It's a falling wedge that's going to break to the upside, Sam. I guess so, huh? I don't know. I'm not buying it. It looks so bearish to me. I say we are about to get a nasty dump right here. I can't believe they didn't dump it yet. And once it loses that psychological level of 99.5, I mean, it'll drop to 3 quickly, then to 2. We were already there last night on a massive liquidation down at 98,500. That's why I'm so tight that, oh man. What a funny weekend of trading. I got to give it to it. I got to give it to you, Bitcoin. You done good. You done well. You confused even some of the greatest traders in the game, or made it at least very difficult to track everything that was happening. It wasn't perfect. All right. 99.5 holding right here. Just like, and boring price action. I mean, not boring, but I mean, in a way, pretty boring. I mean, look at this. But I mean, send it, maybe send it. That's a descending triangle. You see flat bottom, shoulder, head, right shoulder. 68% of the time, this is coming down. You lost the point of control. Remember, the 5-minute did get the 21 to cross the 200 MA. That's a bearish sign. I'd be very confused. This doesn't dump. There it bounces again, though. 99,550. This is crazy. I've had huge trades open since, I think, Friday night and all weekend. Like, all weekend. Okay. Super chats, Wild, XRP, Runion, and SUIYAN. Let's take a look at your beautiful super chats in here. Let's take a look at Wild and XRP. I mean, see, Bitcoin is just like right at these crazy levels. Let's take a look at Wilder World. I hold this coin long term. I believe in it. I believe in the team. It's been here forever. It's awesome. It's been ripping. Look, once it got above the 200 MA, that's when you make the flag and you know it's going to start ripping. And it ripped from 34, wow, all the way back up to 85. So Wilder World. And look, it's about to get a golden cross on the daily time frame. So huge move for Wilder World. I like what I'm seeing. And this tells me that this thing can continue. Giant double bottom in a way. Never really played a long double bottom, but like, you know, it's kind of a long cup and handle there with a base. But so this could do this, you know, I believe this is one of the best metaverse games in the world and the team. And I think they're going to come out with a hit game that people don't realize. And big things are going to come out of Wilder World. Yeah, Bitcoin at 99,477, everyone. I just got to keep you on your toes here. But like, if this doesn't dump, I'll be very surprised. All right. I'm not trying to be a bear, and I don't like being a bear. But I just got to tell you the truth that the chart's telling us that it wants to take us down at least to 98,900 and then go from there. Okay. All right, I can always scalp on a Monday when I'm better in control, right? I don't need to wait for the whim of this liquidity. So yeah, 99,000. Now you lost 99.5. Psychological. I see that thing flushing fast, right? And I'm about to do it and I'm about to cut it off all for break. It's exactly break even. Actually, I'll be up like $30, which will be kind of crazy. After all that, though, it was a battle, man. That's why I like to actively trade, too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on there on that 1 minute on Monday morning. Look, they're fighting it. They fought it so hard. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. I was this close to bailing right there. Because I'm like, watch it just dump, and I can see it's going to dump. This is crazy. This is crazy price action. I can't anymore. Let's take a look at Wild on the daily. So Wild is ripping on the daily. All right. 2-day, 3-day chart. Got above the smooth moving average on the 3-day. Got above the smooth on the 2-day. These are very bullish signs. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it ran up a little bit, or flagged out at one point. And so I see what's happening. Lower liquidity, so it's a bit harder to see. Yeah, so you ripped out of that flag. And then things were flagging, and then Bitcoin did that crazy move. But altcoins really just don't care. You know, and you can see, I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be a rocky road, and it's not going to be perfect. And there could be some up and down, and this is low liquidity, so they can price, you know, I don't know if I'd be close to the bone stop lossing on something like this. I'd more be DCAing. But I see this getting to 137 and getting there pretty soon. It's starting a parabola here. And I'm in this coin. I own it long term. I'll make that very clear. But it's starting a parabola. I like what I'm seeing. And yeah. Bitcoin back at 90.96. And so, you know, any moment it could do the do, baby. Still looks absolutely ugly, but it defied the descender so far. You can say it was like a falling wedge that broke back to the upside. Look, falling wedges break out. Very ugly pattern. I don't know if I've ever really seen something of this nature. What is that? Let me see if I can. I mean, to me, it's the bull flag that you are now bearishly retesting. You fell out. You're trying to get back in. And then if you get rejected by that trend line, you're going to dump. And you're going to dump pretty hard. It's already got the pole. So that could be a bearish retest. You fell out of the pattern there. You hit right here. And that's where that would be the short. You know, that would be basically the greatest entry of a short right there. And then you take it down. We could be watching a bearish retest right now, or you know, and you know, the double bottom, but it would be pretty funky double bottom. I'll tell you that. Very rare you have this inside of a double bottom, you know. So let's see what happens here. And we have heavy local resistance at 99,850. Resistance. You've got to break back above that to remain bullish. So here we go. Are we going to bearishly retest the bottom of this trend line right here? Fake this fact, you know, just we're going to push through this channel Do we, we need a candle to close above 99,850 for any of this to be possible. Otherwise, it's a bearish retest. Perfect entry for the short with a stop loss up here. And this thing's going to take you down to 98,300. All right. I'm not buying the bulls one bit right now unless they can show me they can get back above 99,850. If you can't get back above 99,850, the bulls have nothing but hot air. They are blowing a bunch of nothing. All right. And we're going to probably take a dump here of what's called a bearish retest of this beautiful trend line. We tried to get back inside the pattern, could not. And now we're going to fall and possibly collapse further down. Measured move is pretty steep because we have a nasty dump down. I'm not telling you this is going to happen for sure, but it does look likely. I'm still long because I am very, very stubborn. Okay. I show you my trades here. I'm down 200, down 55, but I'm up 378, down up 91, right? If I close this, I'll be up 478. I close these two, I'll be up 250. I'll still be up about, right? I'll be up 238. If I get out right now, I'm still up, all right? And so but I've been saying this for all weekend long. It's been absolutely absurd. And I'm open-minded, man. I'm giving the bulls their chance. I'm giving the bears their chance. Now they're making what's called a bearish rectangle. Straight up. Should we open along in PEPE, Sam? Looks fire. I would never tell you what to do. Okay. Now we haven't seen 90. Bitcoin hasn't been in the 700s in a minute. 99.7. We're back. It's been like 30 minutes. Let's go, Bitcoin. Get back above 99.8 and show us you can rip. Show us that's a bullish div now. That swings down while that swings up. That's bullish divergence right there. And look, the RSI did reset like I told you without us dumping out of the flag, which was kind of monumental. A lot of times, that's a good sign that we are, So there's some hope here for the bulls. We may have fended off the nasty dump here. To the downside. And look, we're back inside this pattern. It was not a bearish retest, so there's two things going for it right now that are pretty awesome right here. So we could say, okay, no bearish retest of the short. All right. I'm long. I just want to make it really clear. And now it's getting even better. Look, every time it flips, now I'm up 500, but only down 180. You know what I mean? It gets better each time, and it gets better exponentially, and then it flips back to even. It's been a crazy day, I'll be honest, with trading. Let me jump onto the chat, and we'll continue to do these super chats. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Did you stay positive today? Did you look at your life and realize all the beautiful blessings that you had? Did you focus on all the beautiful things in your life today? So you got rugged, then recovered. What are your thoughts? I just bought back in today. Oh, wow, that's so sad. Can we look at XYO? Should we long in PEPE, Sam? Looks fire. Let's take a look at PEPE, XYO, and talk about the rug and SUIYAN. All right. So, yeah, and Wilder World. I see it going to 134. I'm in it, so I want to see it continue, but it looks like it's starting a parabola to the upside. Just getting its bearings here. All right. And I don't see it below 59. I see it continuing for the rest of this rally, but of course, that's what I want to happen. I own the coin, but I'm an honest guy. Like, I'll tell you if it was going to dump, even if I own a project, I'll be like, you know what? That's bearish. Like, I've been in these Bitcoin trades, and I'm still telling you, it doesn't look good right now. Like, we got to, it's in the middle. The bulls got to show us something. That's all. The bulls got to show us something. You know what I just saw for XYO? It's going to blow your mind. I see that Adam and Eve double bottom here. And these, like 90% of the, I'd say 100% almost. I can't, but I'd say 99% of the time, you're going to get that move up to 3.7 and 0.8%. All right. XYO is super hot. Everybody knows it. It's only a matter of time till it blew. And, to me, it's starting to find a new bottom. And I love these Adam and Eve's after a rippage. It tells you that's kind of, a lot of people want to buy in there. That's what, and Adam and Eve is, that's why Adam and Eve's rip so much. They tell you, man, everyone's bought in, they love it. And you kind of get the same, you know, it's not perfect, but you get these, you know, these Adam and Eves, these little hidden versions hidden inside of the charts. They're there. You just got to look for them, you know, but they're there. XYO. So, you know, and also let's take a look here at the fib retracement. I would use this wick here because that's where you had your massive impulse. And yeah, I mean, you're lining up with a double bottom to 1, 2 at the 618 golden pocket. Now, anything can happen. Bitcoin takes a turn for the worse. It starts to dump, and yeah. But so far, so good for XYO. And I don't see why it's not going to continue to 6 cents. And that's its next big target. And that's what I see happening. Let's take a look at PEPE. So I had PEPE in this beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Looked like it was going to continue to rip to the upside, and it did. Then I had it in this flag, and this flag ripped. And then we have this flag here, which says yes. It says, oh, so yes. It says, I don't care what Bitcoin's doing at all. I'm the most known coin. PEPE may be the most popular coin on Google search right now. Think about it. Besides Bitcoin, but even, you know, because Gen Zers are going to talk about it. I went to Target yesterday, all right? And the guy went and opened up like a Galaxy tablet for me because, you know, you got to ask them, hey, I want to get a tablet. They got to open up the thing. And I was like, man, I got to trade PEPE. Or I said something, and he's like, yeah, those memes, man. And anyone under like 30 years old, and maybe even, you know, they know what's up. They really do. And you know, you could just walk in any store now and they know what's, I mean, it's mainstream. And it kind of bugged me out. I was like, man, this is what I do is mainstream, you know? And we look at the show. I mean, the show blew up because the show is mainstream now in a way, right? It's not just this Sammy doing coins for 300 people anymore, right? There's 2,000 people here on a Sunday night getting it in. And let's get the likes up to the watches, by the way. We greatly appreciate that. 560 likes. Let's get those likes all the way up to the watches. And $99 in super chat. You people are absolutely amazing. PEPE looks like it's going to blow. PEPE looks like the trade of the night. I wouldn't be surprised if PEPE does some gains. The next big gain for PEPE is taking it to, you know, 3, 4. That's a nice move there for PEPE. I'm still in PEPE right now. I have a trade open on weeks for PEPE. And I'm excited to see where it goes. It's absolutely ripping. It's up 56%, as I showed you before. And it looks like it could do some damage. Alts are actually coming back pretty strong. Even SAI is kind of like whatever is happening here for Bitcoin doesn't seem to care as much. PEPE looks like it's going to make a massive move here. Yeah. I mean, it's in a flag. It already broke out of the bigger channel. So I see a bigger move coming. The only way to continue that bigger move is to find the flag. If you don't want to chase, right? If you're not going to chase over here. So PEPE on the radar here. 27% gains for PEPE. And again, Bitcoin could dump, take this down. Anything could happen. Your stop loss could get hit. There's no clue what could go down here. That's why you always have to, I always use a stop loss. I always tell myself I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I take this one step, one day at a time, no matter how much money I've ever made. I humble myself. I tell myself to, you know, anything could happen. And, you know, you got to be chill. You got to be chill. But PEPE looks beautiful. It really does. I'm being honest. Of all the coins right now, PEPE looks interesting. PEPE, baby, PEPE. Hey. Shout out to Conrad. Shout out to everybody out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to Jeff Green. Shout out to Bear Adjacent. Shout out to Johnny. Everybody that gave here too. Can you look at ONDO? My bag is hurting. How could your ONDO bag be hurting? Did you buy the top? We bought ONDO when it was when it was low, you know, before it was, you know. So ONDO went to 188, 190, right? And a little bit of a pullback, of course, right? I mean, you broke out of a rising wedge to the upside and it had a massive market cap. So a nice pump for ONDO. All right, and we called that pump, right? To 186. It went a little higher in a wick. Looks beautiful. So, you know, you just look at your daily and you kind of see what your next big levels are. ONDO's just getting started, man. Like, people didn't even know what it was. Look, it just came out on the chart in June. I mean, it's so early. Hasn't even been a year. You know what I mean? Like, to buy it on the exchanges, like, it's kind of crazy. At least MEXC. So I see ONDO coming back and making this giant. See, you're going to start seeing these extended cup and handles, but that's beautiful. And see where the 21 is. It tells us that we may have, maybe a week more, 10 days. And then there's a big chance that ONDO really gets that bigger institutional accumulation, and we get a massive move there up to 291 for ONDO. Remember, we get an ONDO at 70 cents, so that's going to be a 4x. All right. And right now I'm sitting on about 50 grand of it. So if that continues, I mean, this is going to get awesome. So everyone, I did find my Caspa. It was on my One Key wallet, not my Tangem. I ended up never putting it on Tangem. I put it on One Key. And I just wanted everyone to know, no stress. Sammy's not down and out. So it's crazy. Bitcoin struggling. Look, I mean, it shows the bear flag. It said, I want the bear flag. I'm going to take you down. Lately, I've been saying I'm just not going to trade Bitcoin anymore. I'm just going to trade altcoins because Bitcoin's been the one that kind of gets in the way. If I just traded altcoins today, I'd be fine. Bitcoin's the one in the way right now, right? So every time they threaten a big nasty dump, it bounces back to the upside. Every time it looks like this flag's going to rip, they somehow give it some saving grace. I'm having fun doing the altcoins. It's annoying watching Bitcoin. I'm going to go back and have some fun. What do you say? So ONDO looks like it's going to come back down here to 145 and then rip. Let's wait for it to come to the 21-day moving average. It just got a golden cross on the daily. Very, very bullish sign to me. And again, I own ONDO, but I believe that this is your accumulation. If it ever wicked anywhere down into 115, if you're ever able to get it down here on a wick or capitulation move for Bitcoin, maybe set some Hail Mary orders down there that may, this may happen. So I like what I'm seeing for ONDO. I'm in it. I believe it's going to continue to do some damage. And I believe this green box would be the, kind of a last good chance here to get ONDO before it really starts to rip above $2 to $2.91, right? So yeah, I would put an alert there. I'd be watching ONDO for the next few days. A chance it even bounces here. And it makes, again, and that could be the lowest price you get it right now. And it ends up bouncing and going sideways. But whatever happens to ONDO, I see it consolidating somewhat sideways in one of these two shapes. And then eventually breaking out, by the 24th of December at the latest. And I could be wrong. Go to zero, could go sideways. Maybe this doesn't happen the way I say it. There's no, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But I've watched price action for, over 15 years. I've been trading for a long time. Toronto Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and I've seen price action, and I have kind of a photographic memory. I've studied it insanely compulsively. I've been live streaming every single day for 1,400 and what is today's stream? 70 days. So I've put together a lot of price action, and I've seen a lot of price action. And so I'm not saying what I say is going to happen every time, but the odds are pretty high because of all the studying that I've done, right? I'm not trying to be rude. Whenever I express the knowledge I've obtained in the market, I never want to come across like a know-it-all. I just want to be honest with you guys. If we went camping and I've gone camping 500 times, you think you'd want to ask me a little more about camping if you've only gone camping 10 times, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I try to say when it comes to the market. All right. And 99.5 is like a stone. It's acting like a stone. I feel like we could rip back to the upside of this pattern. And so we're in this channel. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And it looks like we're going to come back to the top of the channel. And we're just going to be channel trading here. They've had many a chance to dump the flag, and I'm still wary that they will. Look, I still see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I'm so surprised this hasn't dumped down yet. 99.5 is holding for Bitcoin. And thank you guys for the awesome super chats. They're a great distraction from Bitcoin's price action right now. Check out ADA for us, sir. We'll take a look at ADA from Crypto Sticko. We love you, Crypto Sticko. Crypto Crank, what's up, lifer? Sitting in an ETH trade. Entry is 2685. Liquidation 1380. Sitting at 60K in profit. I would like to see your ETH TA. I think 70K Bitcoin is on the cards. Really? You think 70K Bitcoin is on the cards? I think that's a bit crazy. I think that's absurd. But you never know. We'll take it one step at a time. It's possible. It's possible, you know. Shout out to the 2,193 people here on the live, $128 in chat revenue, 711 likes. Everyone, if you hit the like button, more people know about cryptocurrency. More people pump your own bags. It's not even about me. It's about you. Hit that like button. All right. So more people can find out about cryptocurrency through the Google algorithm, because that's what we're doing. We're promoting crypto every single day here. And so, you know, more people will know about your parsec. More people will know about your ADA. More people will know about your coins if you hit that like button. It's for you as much as it is for me. I'm just waving the flag for your own investments. The more I wave that flag, the more people know, the better off your investments are going to go. So I don't know what to tell you, but the like button can only help you. It's not really even just for me. It's for you as much as it is for me. Think about it logically. So if you don't hit the like button, I don't know how to say it, but you can put two and two together. You can't make that connection. To me, you know. Yeah, we don't miss super chats. We just go over them very slowly throughout the live. We don't miss any super chats though, Brad. Yeah. We just go slowly. We kind of pick them as we go. They all get put in a list, but we don't miss them, man. Have no fear. Have no fear. Tanner Rager, hey Sam, just want you to know, in the short term, I've been following you, enjoying the lifers. I've begun to turn my life around. You and Master Friend are the best mentors in the game. God bless you. Tanner Rager, God bless you. Can I get a D-Gen breakout? It would be awesome, right? We'll take a look at D-Gen. Found you a month ago. Love your analysis on things. Any chance you could look at Wilder World? We did take a look at that already. All right. And thank you, Tanner. That's such a nice super chat to give to me. God bless you, brother. Can we get a D-Gen breakout? We will. Found you a month ago. Love you, brother. Butsinator. We got Polymathable. What is SUIYAN coin? Please check the chart and the website, sure. Hey, Sam, God bless you, my friend. Would love your opinion on Link AI. Ticker LNQ. We really like Link AI. I think it's hot. We went over it about a month ago, and from what I saw, I liked it. I remember actually specifically it's sticking out of my mind in the coin that I actually really like compared to the other coins. I was like, oh, I really like this. This is hot. So Link AI, yeah, definitely something that I've seen. Let's take a look at the market cap since I've looked at it. LNQ, if I remember correctly. Yeah, right? Yeah. $46 million market cap. Definitely a low cap gem. Maxi, very low volume though. See that? Volume 131,000, always a red flag for me. 216,000. It's kind of like almost too small for me to personally, like I'd have to only DCA 1,000 to 3,000 in it and hope it could go. I couldn't swing trade $5,000 in it, right? I would so very almost too small in my humble opinion. Too low cap. And there's Bitcoin getting the dump. Yeah, 99,333 now. And they're toying with us. That's a bear flag. I'm telling you, when the 21 crossed the 200 MA, that's, and then you can see that the 50's coming for the 200 now. That's a red flag. And now you've lost the low there. And so once you've lost that low, you've made a downtrend. That's a low, that's a high, that's a lower low. And so you could only assume that this is going to continue to dump. You could almost look at it like that was the bullish retest there. The bears, like it was like this, see? It tried to get back inside the pattern and it fell out. And you sell right now and then they flip it, right? It's like, it's been one of those days, man. That's why I'm so tired I didn't see that pump, because the pump would have put me in to break even or profit immediately. I would have used that for sure to gain an edge on the market. So it is what it is. And now we're at 99,312. They're kind of really, yikes. As I showed you, this is the length of this pole. I didn't see any reason why the bulls were going to win unless we got back above the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. And there's my go-to when you lose the 200 in the 1 minute. And it's likely we're going to continue this downtrend here. I mean, that looks nasty. Look at that. That's a bear flag. I mean, that's gross. There's always people accumulating, so we'll probably get it won't dump as fast as it normally will, because you'll get people to buy in the dump. But man, look, there's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're now oversold though, pretty beat up. You would expect some type of bounce. And now if you look at this, the overall idea here, this is an overall uptrend and an overall downtrend. That's the bullish div right there. right? Let's get back into these altcoins. They're so much funner than staring at Bitcoin all day. It's just been, I've had my time with Bitcoin this weekend. It's been too much. It's only been $400, but hey, I have 60 million PEPE. I'm a multi-billionaire. Amen, yeah. Bitcoin smack around 0.39, 99.3 on 1 day chart. Yeah. Super chats, XRP, SUIYAN. Let's take a look at Link. We're going to finish Link here and then move on. Yeah, so Link's just got too small of a market cap for me personally. But I like it. If it could do numbers, maybe it hasn't just taken, it's that small. So definitely something I would just put a small bag in and just hope it went somewhere, We did look at the website. I did like its concept. I liked what it could do. See if it could continue and really just, no one really knows about it. Not marketing enough, but that's a giant double bottom. I tell you what, I just look at the charts and the charts say, hey, giant double bottom, 68% chance of a break to the upside. You crack that neckline, you're gone. And this thing can bump all the way up here to about 46.86. So I'd say there's a high likelihood this thing goes to 46 in the next 3 weeks. At the same time, you never know. But I believe in, from what I'm looking at, I like it. The 21 coming, there's the flag. That's a cup and handle there. And this is your accumulation zone, somewhere between about $17 and $18 there if you're lucky enough to get those good prices, right? And there's Bitcoin just absolutely getting annihilated to the downside as suggested. And then it bounces. Could that be its last hurrah there? That's a bullish divvy now for sure. Bullish divergence in the 5-minute as the RSI trends up, but price action trends down. I mean, if you don't own any Bitcoin, for me, these are good prices. Anything below $100,000 is a steal. Anywhere between 75 and 100 grand right now is basically the best place to buy. I mean, that's it, right? When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the best time to plant a tree? Now. The second best time is now. The first time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The first best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. I look at that the same for Bitcoin. Like if you don't own any BTC, there's the first day to own some, and everyone's like, but it's too big. It won't change my life. But what you'll do is you'll start accumulating an asset that doesn't depreciate in value for the first time in your life, and you'll feel so much different about it. Altcoins are awesome, but they go up and down. Hopefully over time they hold their value. Like Cardano did, it was 2 cents. It's now not 2 cents, and you can hold it for 5-7 years, and you would have made more money than holding the dollar, for sure. It beat up on inflation, despite all the ups and downs. See, that's the thing about cryptocurrency. Held Cardano for 7 years, went all the way up, all the way down, all over the place. 4 years later, it was back at 8 cents, and I got it at 2 cents. How deflated that was after being at $131. Would it ever go back again? One day the market will revisit. And it did. And now look how strong Cardano is. It's an amazing feat if you think about it. It's pretty insane. But look, bearishly retesting. Signs of life here. No signs of life for Bitcoin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off my Bitcoin trades. If we get back above the 5-minute, I'm going to long. If not, I'm out. That way I cover myself and I don't have to stress. I'm so close to cutting off this trade. Honestly, for mental, sometimes for my mental sake, I just want to clear the air. It's almost like cleaning the kitchen. Like, I want to put everything away. I want to start fresh. I want to get the heebie-jeebies of that trade off my mind. I want to start fresh. I want a new vibe. You know what I mean? A whole new vibe. Every time I say that, they give me a green candle that makes me go, let me just wait a second, though. Let me just wait a second. Because maybe we're at the low of the night and we get a reversal. Insane. Did you get your wallet resolved? Yeah, it wasn't a Tangent wallet. It was a 1 key, and I had it all ready to go. Everything is fine. No worries. No stress. I was just, honestly, I've been overworking myself a little bit with, all the new people that came in, and I pushed myself really hard. All right. And just forgot something that I shouldn't have forgotten. I was just like, you know what I mean? But there's my Casper right there. Today it said it went up 4,000, or now 1,000. No, our Casper's worth $106,000. $106,000 worth of Casper right now. There's my Casper, 572,000. Remember, I said I was going to get 500,000 Caspers. Remember the goal we had? See, remember, if you were with me during the bear market, I was like, I'm going to get 100,000 Casper, then 200,000, then how much? And then we were all trying to see how much more we could get. And everyone that was with me understood what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? And man, what a beautiful time it is to be alive. I'm going to update. Every time you update in crypto, you're like, right? No. Don't update. I mean, I see a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder. And again, this is slow volume after a weekly close. It's normally not like this. Normally we're picking it, it's moving like this. This bear flag would have dumped on a Tuesday morning. We already would have gotten paid or made the move by now, but it's where we're at right now. It's a Sunday after just a net. Let's look at what happened last week. 100K, 103, back to 90,000. Like, I mean, we've been through a lot and we're all hanging on. And still we have to accumulate our altcoins, focus on what's happening, right? It's just like, they don't make this easy. They don't make it easy at all. Most people get into crypto, lose all their money, say that thing sucks. I never want to do it again. And you can kind of see why sometimes if you don't have the heart or the passion to stay through all this insanity, and it's easy to see why people walk away so fast. It is a chill guy kind of day. It really is. It really, really is. So Link looks interesting to me. Thank you so much, Brad, for the super chat. God bless you, brother. Infinite Crypto. Check him out on YouTube. So XRP looked like it was going to make a nice pump to the upside here, and it actually did. You know, it did bounce from 235 back up to 247. And we'll delete my mini work there on those little flags. I mean, XRP still looks interesting. What if Bitcoin takes it down and dumps us? But wow, 99.5 again? I'll take it, baby. They had me weak at the knees at 99.3, almost 99.288 at one point, right? I get so weak in the knees, I can barely... Sorry. I grew up on that. And my thoughts in the night of my day. I'm messing around. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So XRP looks interesting, but it also could be a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder, and start to dump. You know, I look at the bigger time frames like the 3-day chart, and you're still away from the 21. You know, we may dump back down to $2 and go up and down. Like, we may make some type of bigger consolidated pattern. 2-day looks interesting, though. It's very oversold. The RSI is a little high. 8-hour doesn't look amazing. 4-hour looks, you know, and right now, everything's kind of being challenged. This could easily turn into a wick. Our next candle is ready to go. And this is all just kind of like, you know, but they know what red candles do. They induce shorting. And so for whatever reason, they want to create more, maybe more stop losses up here to get more liquidity. So as long as the XRP holds this trend line, it looks interesting to me. But I felt like today, kind of like it was looking good. And then it kind of said no with this Bitcoin move. And Bitcoin's still struggling. It doesn't, like, just because we didn't get the massive dump yet doesn't mean it's awesome. I mean, the bulls are struggling. Like, the bulls are so good. Why didn't we get the bounce yet, too? You can say it both ways. So really, like, you can see there's massive indecision right now for Bitcoin, you know. But for the most part, the bulls are losing. Like, you can't, you know, because we wouldn't even be questioning it right now. We'd be about above 100K and just be chilling right now. But because we're not, we're all sitting here like, you know. The best thing to do is to cover, right? Because covering is the best. We get above the 200 MA, we're back to bullish, and everything goes well. All right? Now you got to wick to the downside too as well. I mean, you got to say it's a falling wedge at this point. There's really nowhere else, nothing else to see what it is. Still, they could dump to the downside. They're not free of a dump just because it's a wedge, but I mean, You got this bullish div of the 5. BOOKMAP. You know, usually Sunday night isn't like this. This is a very strange Sunday night. Usually we just kind of, we did something and we're chilling. I go over the stuff up and down. We talk about the coins. Very rare Sunday night is like this much indecision, hanging on, like we're hanging on a ledge right now. Like we're either going to dump or we're going to break back up. I mean, this is it. Like, and I tell you what, I mean, I got to tell you, my probabilities are telling me that we should be dumping, but we do have some bullish divergence. So I do have mixed signals. When I have mixed signals, I don't execute at a high level. I wait for a higher probability to be obtained. Okay. What I do know is that's a low, that's a high, that's a low, that's a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Like you're in a downtrend right now and you keep making lower lows. Unless you can get back above 99.8, I wouldn't long if I wasn't already in a long. I would not long unless you get back above 99.8. I don't see the point. Like, show me why. You know, unless you want to make an aggressive long here that where you're like, I want to be the man and catch the perfect bottom. But you don't have to be that person, man or woman. You know, the key is to buy into the least, the places where I have the least amount of risk. And that would be above this point of control, above the 200 MA, above 99.8. You know, one thing I'm seeing that's possible now is maybe a shoulder, a head. Can we make some type of complex head and shoulder? Can we round on out of this? I don't like the death cross possibly coming with the 50 crossing the 200 MA. That also tells me that I don't see how we don't dump. So here we go. 99 to 90. And now we're kind of sitting at 300. I'm so close. Like I'm like, wow, weird. So yeah, XRP looks, if Bitcoin dumps, XRP is going to dump quickly down to 223. It really depends on what Bitcoin does, everybody. All your coins, like your whole night, depends on Bitcoin. Now we're lower than we've ever seen. I haven't seen 210 got flashed on the futures. Okay. All coins are holding up pretty good too. So it's like, you know. There's the green. One more. Can you get the move? Wow. What do you guys think of tonight? What are the best cold wallets in your opinion? I like the Trezor for Bitcoin, but for hard wallets, and you know, I like Tangent for like a lot of different weird coins that you can't find. I don't like Ledger, but I will have to say that when it comes to altcoins, Ledger is like it has a lot more variety than Trezor does. You know, you'll find more chains that you can access on your Ledger than you can, but the Trezor's getting better. It has all the ERC20s. It has XRP. It has Solana. There's a bunch of different things you can put on them, right? Let's take a look at this Ryujin. R-Y-U-J-I-N. Ryujin. Ryu, right? That was Mortal Kombat, if I'm correct, right? Ryujin. So, I mean... You know, I mean, we all played that. We loved it. It was awesome. How could that not be? How could it not pump, right? Welcome to Ryujin, the guardian of Omikami ecosystem. Ryujin brings prosperity and harmony through blockchain. Harmony with Okami. Have no idea what they do, what they're doing. Part of the Okinami ecosystem, though. All right, so they're spreading the love there, which is interesting. Ryu, it is breaking out of a beautiful, you know, falling wedge here. Seems like it came out there in February. Nobody talked about it. In March, it ripped. Then it had this long dump, and now it's kind of coming back with a vengeance. Bit of a double bottom here, too. Hey, I mean, it just broke out. I've seen many times a breakout like that continue to rip. So very small market cap. There's a chance this gets big. You know what I mean? This could get even bigger. We'll see. All right. Wow, big super chat there. ARs, thank you for the for that super chat. Let's take a look here what he said. With your algo call last week, I made money and got in the lifers. Can you see Superverse? Time for a pullback. Isn't that awesome? What I love about it? You make some gains, you come to the live, you make gains, and then you join the trading group. See, I'm one of the few people that makes people gains for free, or gets people the education to make people the gains for free, and then they're able to pay for the trading group on what they've learned here on the live stream. This is the idea that we're talking about, right? He said, Pepe is taking off like a rocket. I like to see that. Yeah, Pepe is moving. Not too big, though. The trade was up bigger before, so you got me excited thinking we were ripping. I'm like, man. We got SUIYAN, Brent, ETH, Parsec, XLM, TEMA, IDEX, ALGO. God bless you all. Thank you for those super chats. We appreciate you, and we love you, and we care about you. Bitcoin now at 99,234, getting dumpier and dumpier and dumpier. And now you have to say, I mean, it's going to dump. Like, it's over. Like, it's told you what's going to happen. It's about to have a death cross right there now at this point. When the 21 was coming, you knew it was going to dump, and then that was it, right? So, I'm out. I'm out. I'll get back in if we close above the 200 MA. Yeah. Bitcoin has spoken. I'm done. I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm not going to watch it go to 98.5. No need. I'm all set. You know? So, there you have it. They've told me what they want to do. 15-minute completely flat too, though, which is like, dude, that's like, how could you go much lower than that? You know? But they bounced it numerous times and we didn't, you know, and then you got bearish engulfing candles closing. I say we're hanging on to that low, but no, I'm all set. I made it. I made the move. I closed the trade, the bigger one. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not playing it with anymore. I closed both my Bitcoin trades. I'm not doing it anymore. I feel so free. Oh my God, I feel so good. They had me like mentally in a box. I'm done. Like, I'm out. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm completely free now. Like, they can't mess with me anymore. Oof. It feels good just to like be like, you know what I mean? They can come back in later on. And thank you for the $50 super chat. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Very nice of you. And I didn't just say it just to say it and then have bounced back on you. I cut off those Bitcoin trades. $400. I cut them off. I'm all set. If I cut both these trades off, I'll be breaking even. I'll be at 390, right? If I were to cut them right now, and which I may. I'm gonna watch. If we get the bounce, these will bounce back. We'll see. You think we would get a bounce now? We're gonna be so beat up. Like, we're at the bottom of the trend line. But what I can do is if we get back above the 1 minute 200 MA, I can long later on tonight. Or if the 5 minute gets above. If not, then there's just no reason to long. And look, see how this is curving too? It just doesn't look good. So I took my years of trading and they told me what to do. I didn't use my emotions. They told me the probabilities to the downside. Get out, Sammy. Unless you want to short this puppy down hard, get out. I mean, that's a shoulder ahead and a bit of a right shoulder there too. And it is some bullish divergence, I'll give it to you, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It hasn't really shown me a lot of love there. So it's okay to cut off trades before you hit your stop loss if you believe that it's just not in a good spot, right? So XRP, someone asked me about it, and someone asked about that Ryuan. Ryu. Let's take a look at SUIYAN. Someone said SUIYAN got rugged, but it came back strong. Would you get back into a coin that was rugged? I don't know. What if they rug again? See how they don't have lock liquidity? So there was the rug. I don't think it rugged, man. I think someone just sold a lot. But maybe you know more than me. But, you know, that's a diamond pattern. In from the bottom, out, you know. I mean, it looks healthy to me. Looks like it just had a major dump and people really like the price. I don't know if it rug pulled, bro. I wouldn't, you know, that's not a rug. A rug is when it actually disappears. Like, they take it, like, if it's still there, it's not really a rug, you know, technically. I mean, some insider could have sold a lot of coins, I guess, but even that's not technically a rug. shoulder, head, right shoulder. This thing looks still bullish to me. It really does. And people are probably going crazy for Sui memes. I see this thing ripping, especially after dipping like that and holding a higher low now. I just think it's like Superman right now. How does this thing not pump 172% tonight? I would watch this very closely after some movement like that. And there's Bitcoin at 91.48. See, they taking it down, and I would have been down bad now because the flip side, right? Now I don't have to have that pullback, and the altcoins are actually holding up pretty good. So, and then when we get back above the 200 MA on the other small time frames, I can make the trade. But right now, I know. I mean, they've spoken. They said, Sam, don't keep holding on to longs for no reason. You know, bail on the long, baby, bail on the long. Pepe still doing good. Everything's still looking pretty good here on the altcoins. But man, dang, man, they really messed with us tonight. Brought it all the way to 100. I hope you were awake for that. You made massive gains on any one of my calls because you already had to put your stop loss to break even. My Bitcoin calls, everything ripped. You would have made massive gains. So shout out to everyone. We were trading these flags to the upside. The flag did break out. We were trading this. And we got the boom. I mean, we got the push. So it is what it is. You don't always win every time, you know. I like to share my ups and downs with you guys because, like, I like to put off the idea that, oh, every single day it's perfect for me and I never have to switch it up. But sometimes, you know, it's not perfect. Not every time, but, you know, sometimes. I'll look at the perpetual here on MEXC for Brett. Someone asked me to look at Brett. I usually look at Brett here too. SUIYAN looks interesting to me. I don't want to forget it here. I mean, back after a big dump shows strength. You gotta see it that way. That's how I see it, you know. SUIYAN back after a big dump shows strength. Yeah, it is. Okay, now moving forward, let's take a look at Brett and ETH. Oh, it feels so good to cut off that trade. I feel like I just cut off. I've been in that trade for days, man. My trade, no trade I've been in has lasted that long recently. So look, we said Brett was going to rip to this flag to the upside. It did. It ripped all the way to 23. I see it headed to 28, only a matter of time. And now it's in a new flag. And so just, you know, watch this flag and make sure it maintains it. But that's a bull pennant. And that kind of exceeds the other target further to the upside. We're still in Brett. I hold a big old bag of Brett. And Brett at a $2 billion market cap. I mean, really eclipsing its old, I mean, it's an all-time high. All right, Brett is basically at an all-time high right there. And ripping to price discovery up to 30. More people want to buy Brett. Brett's on base. People talk about it. Coinbase is going to be huge. And I see Brett doing numbers over time. For sure. So... and that's Brett for y'all. Finally, very oversold. Let's get the bounce. Break back above the 200 MA and show us that we could kind of win this world. You know, turn this into some type of like shoulder, you know. Some type of like shoulder, head, shoulder. Get back to the upside here. I'm with it. You know, let's go. And I'll open up the long as soon as I can. But they got to show me that the bulls have it in me for me to put my money down. You know, and the bulls aren't showing me nothing. And look, they say they want to take us down to 98.9. Not tons of liquidity, though. A bunch of stops right there. It's like, it tells us that there's not much, you know, that's it. You get a bounce. We might bounce there because... let's take a look at Parsec. I tried to trade in Parsec like 5 years ago, man. Back to 260. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the 2,200 people here on the live. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Come on, man. 1,000 likes is not that hard. 100 people hit that like button right now. Tap, tap, tap. If you hurt your finger on the way down, we have finger splints for you. I know you're afraid. I know that if you come down too hard, you might just hurt your finger. It's not easy. I mean, the clicking, if you're afraid you could get hurt when you click that like button, We have finger splints and mini ice packs for your finger. Have no fear. Okay, we'll be there for you. I don't know what you're afraid of. All right, so with that being said, I mean, now you're set. You'll have your ice pack, your little mini finger splint. You can't get hurt. Hit the like button. I can't wait to see you guys at 1,000 likes. This is your show as much as it is mine. You know, the people that come to the show built it. I show up every day, but you guys helped me build this show. I got this rising wedge for Ethereum that says it's going to break out and go massively to the upside, which also suggests that Bitcoin's going to rip. And Bitcoin back at 99.3. I'll take it. That's why I didn't cut off my other trades too. Let them cook. Let them cook. But I like it. Bitcoin back at 99.3. So I see ETH breaking out and going to 5,000 in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm sticking to it. It says we'll get to there by December 14th. By next week. So this week we should have one of the biggest rips in altcoin season ever. By what I'm saying, ETH is going to go on a massive tear. Stop loss below 34.87. Target is 5,200. And that's ETH, and I'm sticking to it. With the music ending right as I said it. You got to like that. Parsec. Let's take a look at Parsec. I've seen Parsec in different places. There it is, MEXC there. Yeah. All right. This coin was on Coinbase Wallet when I first found it. 19 cents. Went to $2. Not bad, right? You know, it was infrastructure. They don't talk enough about it. No one talks about it. It's supposed to be hot. Look at it. It's down in the dumps. Like, if you're in this coin, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So, yeah, I think this coin is just, I have to be honest, it's trash. Like, it's complete trash. The team doesn't tweet enough. You know, I'm sorry. I if anyone knows them, I love you guys. Like, I love everyone in the space. But come on, look at it. Fine, it just got above the daily tutoring. And fine, that's bullish. And so it's going to eventually do something like this and make a flag, and you might have some fun with it. But there's just so many better coins out there in the AI world. You know, meme coins. They're just, I don't know, man. Like, I would bail on this thing and go to something else. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. I never tell someone what to do with their money. So you do. I don't know. The best bet, you're getting to 20 cents, and it looks like it's going to take a while. You're going to make a nice 50% gain. I don't know. One of the saddest charts I've seen in a long time. I have to be honest, right? Okay. What did we just get? Another one. Can you do EGLD from Fabian Reyes? Thank you, Fabian. God bless you, brother. We'll take a look at EGLD. God bless you. Thank you. Stellar Lumens is just looking like, you know, again, it'll follow XRP. You know, and if Bitcoin takes a bigger pullback, XRP follows it, period. And then Stellar will lose this and you'll get a dump. It's attempting to look like a bit of an Adam and Eve there. But you got to get a bounce. Look for it to consolidate for the next 2-3 days. Looks like it's gonna, you know, it could bounce, it could double bottom and just rip too. But I'd wait for it to break out, retest 55. You know, like this one's got a lot of money and it'll trade traditionally, meaning it'll probably do a retest. It'll take its time to pump. I mean, right now, just like Bitcoin, I mean, these look like bear flags to me that could continue to dump. So I just, you know. And XRP is hanging on a ledge too. So I don't know, man. Tonight has a lot to do with what Bitcoin does. We wake up tomorrow, we're going to see where it is. But right now, I mean, if Bitcoin doesn't get its act together, these definitely could dump. I got to be honest, I have no idea. I'd like it to get up here. And if this gets tight, then I would long it again. And I would take that long all day long. Well, let's wait for consolidation for XLM. Let's look at TEMA. And there's a bunch of people telling us about this yesterday, TEMA on Sol. I mean, it still looks pretty good, right? It's consolidating beautifully, holding a $5 million market cap with higher lows and getting tight. It's got lock liquidity, and it's the most famous squirrel in the game. So, and you just make this a little tighter. Let me make this big for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. But, you know, you'd have to take this into consideration. It's somewhat bullish. And the previous resistance became support. And it's in a bit of a flag here. It looks like it may start breaking out tonight. Like, look at that. Yeah, that's a flag right there on the 1 hour time frame, you see? This thing looks bullish. And maybe it gets rejected, it comes down there one more time. But if it breaks out, if it breaks 005, that could be, you know, there's a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom, cup and handle there. It has TA that tells me it's going to play out. I don't even need any of the lines, right? I can just, it tells me it's headed somewhere to 1 4/10 of a cent. That thing hits a penny, right? I like this thing. I may buy this thing. The chart looks good and it's so early. We may be in on something pretty new. Like, again, Bitcoin could dump and memes could dump too, right? Beams are only cool if Bitcoin's cool. You have to remember that. But TEMA, I would write TEMA on the radar. It's looking great. I mean, getting it down there would have been great. But $5.5 million market cap is a steal if something ends up going to 50, where at 50, you know, it can get a 500 million. That's going to be 100x. So this is definitely something that could 100x. It could. It has the potential to 100x. We're looking at a possible 100x coin right in front of us right now. All right. At the same time, you know, let's look at their Twitter. How active are they? How much are they doing? Their pinned comments from, no pinned comment, but they said TEMA, world's most famous. That was December 6th. Today's the 8th, right? So they haven't tweeted in 2 days. I think that's ridiculous. You got to tweet every day. So already off the bat, I give them the thumbs down. You know what I mean? Come on, because of the weekend, you took the weekend off. You're going to come back and, so you guys literally leave and come back on the weekend? That's so lame. The most successful news magazine, 60 Minutes, just aired a segment criticizing Bitcoin and crypto, focusing on the money influencing politicians directly after they cut to commercial sponsored by Pfizer. Yeah, they're just a bunch of... Brad Garlinghouse on 60 Minutes, big crypto. So all they did was talk about how we used the money to take over the... Oh, so crypto bought the... No, you guys were buying everything. And when we finally took back, you didn't like it. Oh, yeah, we did exactly what you do, but we have the money now. Oh, yeah, because you could have bought Bitcoin when we did, but you didn't. So don't be pissed that we have a war chest that you don't have now. I'm sorry to say. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Football fan. It's funny, they don't put, you think they would put the score right there immediately. Pretty strange, right? How you'd have to scroll to find the score. They have 13-0. I mean, you think the Chargers will not be able to beat the Chiefs. It's kind of an obvious thing, right? But you never know. Any man's game. Look at inverted head and shoulder there on the 1 minute. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bitcoin attempting to get back inside here. And that actually could be a long for the night right there. Like, maybe the nightly low for the reversal. If we get above the 200 MA, that will be the confirmation. On the 1 minute and the 5, and then I'll be able to know for sure. 5 minute does look like it's finally going to reverse here off a strong bullish divvy. Like saying, hey, I tried so much to dump. The bulls just never gave up. And we're back in action here, and we're ready to rip. The bigger picture is we continue to get tight, and, you know, Bitcoin bounces up here, gets tight, and then this, whatever this is, we bounce out of it. And the target does take you to $108,000. I mean, that low there, as long as we keep that low, you got to be more bullish on Bitcoin, right? So, wow, they bounced it. How low did they take it? To 99.39, 99.45. And we're not out the water yet. Now, look, you have an SR flip. Now you got to get back above 99,350 to remain bullish. So, now I got some things that you got to show me, bulls, before I even think about, you know, again, that could be your night reversal, grabbing it right there at 99.58. That is how price action reverses. That would be your daily, your nightly bottom, but it's a very aggressive move. All right. So we got over Stellar, TEMA, IDEX, and ALGO. IDEX here on MEXC. Wow, IDEX just went out of control. Wow. Look at that thing. I mean, now it's got like a shoulder ahead, a right shoulder. And, you know, it looks like it's about to get sold off. I would wait for it to do something like this, and I draw a Fibonacci. Looks like it's going to come somewhere down to this region, to the 8-9 tenths of a cent. Yeah, but that looks like it's going to dump. Time to get out for sure. Let's take a look at ALGO, USDT, and Bitcoin back to 99.4, baby. Getting that bounce, man. Unbelievable. So let's take a look at ALGO. And then I'm going to look at the bigger picture for Bitcoin, and we may actually, I just want to show you what I'm seeing on the bigger front. So everything's kind of playing with what Bitcoin's doing, and you know, and they're kind of toying with this Bitcoin like up and down. But I tell you what, man, the total market cap looks like a big move is coming. We went over it on Friday afternoon, right? And so I know these don't look amazing. Like this isn't the greatest pattern here, and it's kind of like, but the total 3 says a big move is coming for these altcoins. And again, maybe we come down and Bitcoin down for a double bottom, but looking pretty good now at 99.4. Get the bounce. This gets the bounce. That could be your last price before ALGO just takes off, in my humble opinion. It's high risk tonight. Normally I'm like, oh, that's good to go. There's your, you know, this would be the trade, but it's definitely high risk. Like, good chance, you know, you could get stopped out here. 5-to-1 risk reward ratio ain't bad though for ALGO. But look at the MACD, you know, there's some red flags there. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Buy now. Funny, someone wrote that. Okay, how about meme coin bounces? Do you think we'll see a 5% dip for Ethereum today or tomorrow? I don't know. I don't think like that. Yeah, I really don't. Let's take a look at EGLD, USDT here. Multiverse X. I hold this coin long term. I believe in it. I think it's awesome. We had in this flag last time I looked at it that suggested it could pump. My target for it was 51, and it went even higher. Then everything flagged out, and everything's following this same weird Bitcoin like red flag on the 4-hour, right? I feel like we're just creating a dip that's going to bounce right back up, and then this whole market's going to rip. I would buy the fear right now in all these coins. You do whatever makes you happy, but I would buy the fear in all these coins, personally. And get ready for a roller coaster ride this week for a massive move. This week looks like we're going to have some big things coming. Everyone says Turbo is going to get listed on Coinbase. That's the talk of the town. Turbo on Coinbase. When that happens, Turbo will blast to the upside. We've been seeing it a lot recently with Binance listings, Turbo listings, and it's almost front running it. We thought about Turbo down here. We gave it to you guys at 6.9, so that was the cup and handle. Since then, Turbo is booming. We've gave multiple calls for Turbo, but there's a 59% gain right there on Turbo. And again, everyone's like trying to 10x a meme. How about making 59% every couple of weeks on and off? Like, you can swing trade these things too. You don't have to marry every single coin. You can swing trade these coins. Bitcoin at 99,377. Not out the water yet here. Not out the water yet. VChain, please. Blessings from Germany. Send in a super chat. Did you guys know about Ryo currency? Uses a unique privacy feature called FMCP, which makes the transaction even more untraceable. Worth checking on if you're into privacy coins. Thank you. I don't know if this is the one that looks horrible. I remember my Ava AI just doing nothing. Took a shot at it, nothing. PURR was on our radar, getting tighter and tighter. Looked like PURR was going to make a move. Just kind of got tight, and then with the Bitcoin dippage, it kind of, you know, everything kind of got spooked, see? It goes all the way down to the memes. Not every coin, but most. That's why I go back to like what's up in the last hour. What is shrugging off this Bitcoin move? What doesn't seem to care? That's what you want. You could leverage trade throughout the night. Chainlink doesn't seem to care. PEPE doesn't seem to care. Dog with Hat, Athena. These are the strong Floki coins. These are the strong coins tonight. So let's jump on into Chainlink and take a look. See, look, that's that SR flip now. Pre-bout, you know. And remember, you got a death cross coming here. At the 50 crossing the 2 to May. I'm telling you, it doesn't look amazing at all. At all. At all. I have to say it again. It doesn't look amazing at all. There's always opportunity. If you believe you're the opportunity, then any given day could be the day you make it happen. You don't have to force it today. Okay? Don't have to call the perfect reversal. It's volatile tonight. You see me being easy. I'm not pulling my magician stuff. Oh, I'm doing this, dude. No. I'm stepping back. I'm covering. It's okay to cover. Cover means you jump out of a long that maybe you thought was going to be way bigger, and you get out with a smaller loss so you can live to fight another day. What's up, Lifer? Fun to watch your lives. Can you check out Gala? I know it's been a whack coin. Gala's actually been pretty fun, man. Why you hating on my Gala, baby? No, but yeah, it's just a bigger coin. It's been through some controversy, but it ain't the worst. Let's take a look at Chainlink and Gala. And I believe we got all the super chats done here for each and every one of you. We nailed it. Wow, Chainlink's just been on a tear. I put out Chainlink right here in this flag, continuing to rip. And Chainlink actually may be the trade of the night. It doesn't care about Bitcoin at all, and it's headed to 32. I put 100 grand in Chainlink at $12. I'm a happy man. I've made over $100,000 on my Chainlink alone. That's awesome. I'm excited. Bitcoin struggling, man. 99,000 to 6,300, really. Just like, It's attempting to make an inverted head and shoulder here now on the smaller time frame, which gives it some hope that we have bottomed. There's a chance we bottomed at 99,125 today on Mexi futures. All right. So yeah, this looks amazing. And so right off the bat, if you got in on that call, that's a 13% gain right there. And we'll send that to the gains. All right. Guys, I'm going to start putting the gains in the gains because you guys, people are missing them, man. I'm going to start posting them right here, and then you guys can just rechange them back to the right one. I think this is the best way because I think it's hard for you guys to find them, and I post so much you can't find them. And we still miss a lot of gains no matter how much I've kind of tried to find a way. And it really takes someone to sit and go through all my posts. And I know that's boring, and no one wants to do that on my team, but someone's got to, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep putting them here, and then you could delete them and put them back up for me nice and clean, and that will be the case. That way, I don't see any other way at this point. Let's take a look at, so now look, I'm going to rechange this, and you guys do good. You guys get like 90% of them, 80% of them. There's a few every once in a while that we could get even more. So look, this is a rising wedge, and you can see institutions just want it, and they don't care. They might even be selling their Bitcoin for it right now. So Chainlink looks like it's the hot case right now. And honestly, it could pump tonight. A little bit of bearish divvy. But man, that candle says it doesn't seem to care, does it? And the 1 hour is about to rip. So I just, and that's a cup and handle right there. That's a cup, and that's a traditional cup and handle. You have the secondary cup. And again, anything could happen. But Bitcoin just took a nasty dump. Did all sorts of crazy volatility. Chainlink didn't even seem to really care. So I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a $32 Chainlink by like, I don't know, Monday night. You might be watching Monday Night Football and the score might be 35-34, but Chainlink might be at 35. I tried to make something funny out there. It didn't work out, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Chainlink looks like it may be the trade of the night. I'm so happy I got into Chainlink when I did, and I had a good feeling it was going to take care of me. All my old school coins from back in the day still holding me down. Chainlink, baby, Chainlink. Chainlink looks like it's going to blast to the upside. I like Chainlink right now. It looks good. It just looks good. I may open up I usually don't like to trade memes, altcoins in front of you guys, because it just, So bigger picture Chainlink is this idea here, right? Like, you broke out. That has a monster move. That's sending us to 30, right? So you can see that's boom. And technically, look, you could say, well, it just broke out. Like, it's gone. Like, that's a breakout, Wow. 10 minutes ago was like the move, right? But the 1 hour looks really nice. I'd like to take it for the long haul. Probably will come up here, come back down, come up again. It's going to be, and if Bitcoin tanks, anything could happen. But Bitcoin's back at 99.4 now, showing signs of a bounce. Bitcoin's going to bounce. The whole world wants Bitcoin, man. Every time it dips, people buy it. Think about it. Nation states are buying Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Just repeat that to yourself every time you get weary. Just be like, man, like, I'm getting my emotional, tiny little head here. The whole world wants this asset and they want it bad. You know what I mean? And they wish they got more and they FOMO'd out and they didn't get in, and now what? All right. I'm going to 32. I'm risking 5 for 15. And I'm late on I'm definitely buying a breakout, and it could easily come back down. We'll see. And Bitcoin's sketchy, but I'm a risky guy and I take high risk, right? So, and I got the Doja to back up the risk. So we'll see what happens. And Bitcoin's not doing great. 99 too. It's really just like, looks like it's going to continue to dump, to be honest. But these altcoins don't seem to care. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, as it's probably dumping even more. Yeah, look at that, dumping right now. So it tried to come back strong. And where's that money going? It's going into the hot altcoins, Ethereum, Chainlink. It's time now. You know, it's time for those big boys to take over. And remember how much Link likes to run when you hit an all-time high for Ethereum. Chainlink likes to become the big boy and step in. And so, yeah, Chainlink's going to be the move. I like what I'm seeing there for Chainlink. It's definitely going to dominate. So look at Bitcoin dominance. Looks horrible. Honestly, look at this. I see a bit of like a descending triangle almost. And it looks like it's just going to dump. This is the week for Bitcoin dominance to take a nasty spill to the downside. Bitcoin could even slip a little bit in altcoin. The bigger altcoins won't care. They'll continue to kind of rip. All right, look at Doge. The Doge trade did not care. Like, despite Bitcoin going up and down, the Doge trade's still up $400. You see? Pepe's still resisting the norm too. Pepe's still doing its thing. Yeah, my Pepe trade's still, actually the Pepe trade's higher than it's ever been tonight. Pepe's gonna rip tonight. Retail is, you can see where you have decoupled. Like it's not gonna be a Bitcoin night. It's gonna be a Chainlink night, a Pepe night. If anything, people are gonna run out of these coins, make so much money, they're gonna buy Bitcoin. These coins are gonna pump and actually help keep Bitcoin from dumping. But it definitely looks like Bitcoin's gonna come down to 99,000 and liquidate everyone here at 99K first. It just looks, and look, they got, oh man, they got liquidity all the way to 98.4. So it looks like they're gonna take us down to 98.4 for whatever reason, but somehow the altcoins are holding up. Against the Chainlink trade is already up $20. We'll see what happens, but it's already up. You know, we'll see. That's a very high risk trade. I wouldn't take it. Yeah, Pepe and Turbo. Turbo hits Coinbase, it's going to rip. TEMA looks good to me. We went over a lot of coins tonight, everybody. I would write down everything that we went over and keep sharp. We double checked Bitcoin. You know, I did what I had to do, so you guys kind of saw some live trading action. Alts look really nice. I sent $50 earlier for Wizard on CoinEx. If you could take a look, if you have a chance, it migrating to runes to become magic internet money soon. Thank you, Thor. I appreciate that. God bless you, brother. Your algo call last week made money and got in the lifers. Could you see Superverse? Time for a pullback. Superverse. Let's take a look at Superverse there, right? With my naked voice. Yes, my voice is naked. There's no noise on my voice, so it's a naked voice. Superverse for the US dollar on Coinbase. So you knew Super was going to rip. It was only a matter of time. Massive cup and handle. It went from 63 cents all the way to $2. Beautiful. Almost did a 4X. And it went sideways here and ripped. Yes, the daily's high away from the 21. This is where things either make a flag or flag down. So you're going to do one or two things. You're going to flag down or flag up. And then you're going to continue to rip. So either way, this thing is going to continue. I see it headed to $3.30 not too long from now. But I wouldn't touch it until the white line, the 21-day moving average, touches price action. One of these is going to happen and that's it. I'll set an alert here because that would be a nice little trade for the trading group. And I wouldn't mind presenting them with that nice little swing trade. Could take a couple days for us to make. some nice gains. Let's take a look how much money. It looks like, what, 20 or 30%? Even more. Wow, that'd be a beautiful swing for 55% gains out of a hot coin. Let's take a look at Wizard, WZRD, Wizard on PolonianX, right? And CoinX, Bitcoin Wizards. It's migrating to runes to become a magic internet money soon. Interesting, yeah. The Bitcoin Wizards. I mean, I see this kind of making a bit of a, you know, that's a Fibonacci retracement. And you're back to the 618. Doesn't look amazing. You might get one of these. You might double bottom. Possible big double bottom here too, though. It says that's definitely, you're not buying in the, you're not chasing. And it's definitely in the undervalued area. And if you think things are going to start picking up, I mean, there's a chance this rips. And it would take it to the target at about 1486. That's what I'm looking at there. All right. Michael Saylor buying more, possibly. You never know. All right. So now Bitcoin kind of slipping. The Chainlink trade kind of doing flat. And all the altcoins kind of holding their gains right now. We'll see what happens. All right. Everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here for the night and get a beautiful night of sleep. This guy, just Matt Smart, just put a CA. Good evening, Sam. Thoughts on ALEPH? That's something you just got to hold, man. And it's going to eventually, I'm holding it. Maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. I don't. Let's take a look. The chart's not amazing. It's been struggling. But it's in this giant cup and handle. All right, the daily's finally back above the 200 MA. It just has lack of volume. They don't promote it enough. You don't hear about the coin. But look, I do see an Adam and Eve double bottom. And just by technically wise, like, this should play out over time. And it's, you know, I see in the next 3 weeks, it's going to, when Ethereum pumps, everything's going to pump. I firmly believe it will, but only time will tell. We will see. We will see. And again, I usually don't trade too hard on Sunday nights. You know, even generally speaking, even in a bull run, Sunday nights are heavy volatile comparative to other days. So just remember that with a grain of salt and always take it easy. Bitcoin at 99,190, not doing amazing, right? Chainlink in that rising wedge. Looks like it could do numbers. We'll take a look at Bitcoin one more time, and then I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. So, wow, we're the lowest we've been all night. And so that trade would have wiped the floor with me, right? And now, look, it's breaking the trend line for sure. And so, look, you've lost this now, this symmetrical triangle. This is the symmetrical triangle right here. Let me get rid of this and that. So you had cat ears right here. 1, boom, 2. That dumps down to at least the 200 MA. It looks like you're dumping down to the 1 hour 200 MA, and then you're going to reconvene. Possibly make a double bottom or not. And I'll delete everything for the newbie here, because, like, if you're looking at that, you're like, what? Who is this guy? He looks like a horrible analyst. Bunch of garbage all over the place, right? So look, this is where we were. We had support or resistance. We SR flip 91.5. We came down to that on a wick, and then we held this key area. Then we clearly showed that we like support at 97.5 after the crazy insanity. And then we did the same thing, clearly showing that we got support here. So now Bitcoin's kind of just chopping around, figuring out how many people it can liquidate before it makes its bigger move. And that's really what it's been doing. All right. And then the weekend gave it even better chance. It did a fake out of the pattern and made people think it was going to break out. And it did a bull trap, and it trapped the bulls, and then it ripped to the downside, and that's dead. So we saw a bull trap today. It's exactly what happened. The bull trap on Sunday night. That was a bull trap. They ripped it, trapped the bulls, ripped it back down. Are they going to trap the bears now and do the same thing? There's a chance. So for me, I don't long unless the 5 minute and the 1 hour show me signs of a reversal and you get back above their 200 MAs. So if you're watching price action through the night, or, you know, you don't long until we break that yellow line. And we could clearly see throughout the day that this was a bear flag throughout the live, and that the bear flag was going to break further to the downside. That's exactly what did happen. And I kept telling you that the probabilities were low, probabilities were low, probabilities were low. And then, you know, now we're getting a dump. So now we're getting a little sell-off in some of the altcoins too. All right. Let's take a look at Gala. Wow, so I thought Gala would consolidate before the pump. Gala just went on a massive tear, right? My target was 7, and Gala's doing well. I own Gala, love to see Gala. The last 5 or 6 days, our altcoin portfolios went up huge, everybody. We did really well. Anything we bought in the bear market did so well, we pumped huge. I just moved this consolidation right up here and just look for it to consolidate, connect back to that 21. And I see Gala doing numbers headed to an all-time high, 8 or 9. When Ethereum hits that high, these altcoins, we're going to start ripping in a bigger way. I don't think people realize that we're going to see some big moves here. So I wouldn't stress Bitcoin too much. They're just playing around, getting some bullish divergence. They did it to us last night on a nasty dump, and we eventually ripped back up. Still pissed I wasn't able to exit there. Why? For 20 minutes, I had to take a nap. I can't believe it, but hey, sometimes you got to nap, man. It is what it is. You got to rest your soul. I see this headed lower. This is a bear flag. The target for the bear flag is 98,000. We will get a stop at 98.6. And so, yeah, protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Watch your positions. Even that link trade may pull back too, so just be careful. Always have a plan. Always use a stop loss. Don't use what you can't afford to lose. And if you're going to lose and freak out about it all night, then, you can't handle the loss. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow. I am not Justin Timberlake, but I look like him right now. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. May God bless each and every one of you. And we'll be back at it to fight tomorrow and bang on them. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.